Lala lived with his wife Rekha in a small town. Lala used to work as a cook at a dhaba. The most famous dish at the roadside eatery was the biryani made by Lala. One night, Lala says to his wife Rekha,
Rekha, I work very hard at roadside eatery, yet Seth does not pay me that much for my work.
Hey, what are you saying? Seth gives you good money every month for your work. That too, 15,000 rupees. It is good. What more do you need?
What even gets done for rupees 15,000 these days? I want to earn more money so that I can have a big house and a big car in front of the big house.
Hey, please control your tongue. Seth gives you good money every month for your work. And when we can manage to survive with so much, then why should we think of more? What more do you need?
I have decided I will open my own roadside eatery where many types of biryanis will be available.
Lala goes to Seth the next day and tells him,
Seth, I will not work with you from now on. Hey Lala, what are you saying? You know that most of the people come to my dhaba to eat the biryani made by you. And anyways, I give you rupees 15,000 per month. I give you so much money, others will not give you even 10,000 rupees. What will happen to me with 15,000 rupees? I also want to earn more money. So from now on, I will open my own dhaba and live the life of a merchant.
By saying this, Lala opens his biryani eatery right in front of Meena Lal's eatery. As soon as Lala's biryani eatery opens, a crowd of people gathers there. Even the customers who used to eat biryani at Meena Lal's biryani eatery does come to Lala's biryani eatery now. Lala's biryani eatery begins to do exceptionally well. One day, while eating biryani at Lala's eatery, Prabhatji says to Lala,
Hey brother Lala, you make amazing biryani. It fills the stomach but not the heart.
While eating biryani, Guptaji says,
Truly. Lala ji has magic in his hands. Even the veg biryani is so top-notch that no amount of praise would be enough for it.
At that moment, Sushant says,
Brother Lala, you have even outdone the biryani served in Mumbai. I just came back from Mumbai yesterday and the biryani there priced at 500 rupees. Doesn't even fill your stomach. They serve such a small portion on one plate that it's hard to describe. And look here, for just 100 rupees, you get so much biryani that your stomach is completely full.
That night, Lala closes his eatery and goes home, where he says to his wife Rekha,
In the city of Mumbai, they sell biryani for rupees 500 with just some garnish, while the biryani I serve costs only 100 rupees, and yet my biryani is far better than the ones in Mumbai.
What are you rambling about? Anyway, opening your eatery in front of Manilal's place has brought you a lot of profit, while poor Manilal is facing losses. Besides, being too greedy is not good. What more do you need?
That Manilal deserves this. He used to talk as if he had bought me for just rupees 15,000. I want to earn more money.
No other dhaba owner gives you more money than Manilal. Anyway, now our dhaba is going well, so don't think of getting greedy. We are getting good profits even in 100 rupee plate. What more do you need? Ignoring Rekha's words, Lala increases the price of biryani at his dhaba the next day.
It may not be a plate worth 500 rupees, but I can increase the price of the biryani made by me from 100 rupees to 300 rupees, since my biryani deserves this price.
When people come to Lala's dhaba to eat biryani and they see that the price of biryani has gone up from 100 rupees to 300 rupees, many of them go to Manilal's dhaba after seeing the rate of biryani.
Hey, what's this? People who come to my dhaba, how they can go to Seth Manilal's dhaba? I will have to find some other trick by which I can serve low-cost biryani to the people in just 100 rupees and thereby save my money too.
Next day, Lala buys stale mutton from the mutton shop and goes to his dhaba and tells himself,
Fresh mutton was very expensive, so I add this stale mutton to some fresh mutton. Anyway, the taste of stale mutton will be suppressed by the strong spices and no one will even know anything.
Lala started preparing biryani from stale mutton and serves it to people. By doing this, Lala started making huge profits. Lala speaks to himself while smiling.
These people had no idea that I was making biryani from stale mutton.
Lala was speaking to himself when suddenly his eyes fell on the crows pecking at the grains in front of him.
There have been too many crows in our city. Why don't I add the meat of these crows in my biryani? This will give me free meat. Anyway, when people did not know about stale mutton, so what will they know about the meat of crows? I want to earn more money.
Then Lala wakes up early in the morning and catches some crows pecking at grains outside, secretly takes the crows to the dhaba, cuts them, takes out their meat, and by mixing the crow meat with some fresh mutton, he prepares biryani. Some people come and eat biryani from Lala's dhaba. Prabhat, who is eating biryani, says to Lala,
Lala, what have you cooked today? Its taste seems very strange. Hey Prabhat bhai, today I have added some new spices to my biryani. Hence the taste might have changed a bit. Lala, today's biryani does not have the same fun as everyday biryani. Oh, what if they find out? If all of them come to know that I have mixed crow's meat in it, then things could backfire.
Everyone eats Lala's biryani and leaves from there. For a few days, Lala used to do this. He would wake up early in the morning and catch some crows, put their meat in his biryani and cook it. Lala started making a lot of profit from this. Lala became a car owner in a few days. But one day, after eating Lala's biryani, Prabhat and others also fell very ill and they had to be immediately admitted to the hospital. After examining them, the doctor says,
We usually eat mutton, chicken and fish. But you have eaten crow meat, due to which you have got this condition. What are you saying, Dr. Sahab? I only eat mutton biryani made at Lala's dhaba every day. This Lala must be mixing crow meat in the biryani. That is why the taste of the biryani made by him was very strange for the last few days.
This Lala looked greedy, but we never thought that he could go to this extent to earn money. I was myself thinking, why number of crows pecking at the crossroads is decreasing day by day. Now let's teach him a lesson tomorrow. When Lala comes to catch crows tomorrow morning, let's catch him red-handed and hand him over to the police. Let's catch him now. Then the next day, Supriya gathers some people with her, and when Lala catches crows and gets his meat in his biryani at his dhaba, all the people who came with Supriya catch Lala red-handed and beat him badly.
I'm dead! I'm dead! Oh, brother, for God's sake, leave me! I will never make such a mistake again. I'm dead.
Lala, now we have caught you red-handed adding crow's meat to your biryani. Now even God can't save you. Hand him over to the police. Just then, the police come there and handcuffs Lala.
Lala, you were very eager to earn more money at less cost. You will have to pay the penalty for the amount of money you have played with people's lives. First of all, your dhaba will be closed. After that, whatever money you have earned through your greed, this bungalow and the car, that will also be lost. Sir, I apologize with folded hands in front of you. Please forgive me. I swear that I will never be greedy again in my life.
Gupta ji, standing nearby, says,
The punishment given to this greedy biryani seller is less.
The police puts the greedy biryani seller Lala in jail and locks his dhaba forever, and also distributes all the money he collected through greed among the people who fell ill after eating his biryani. When Lala's dhaba is closed, Manilal's dhaba starts running again. While in jail, Lala realizes that greed is really a bad thing and it does no good to anyone. And he swears that he will never be greedy again.